No man ever stepped in the same river twice.
When I started to get hung up on my earliest memories, I realized that I was getting old. I couldn't help browsing the album again and again, trying to recall the scenery of my hometown. I was born, dropped the pacifier away from the playground, left school, far away from home. Finally, I came here, where there were a myriad of lights, but none was left for me. If I could choose one more time, I would never have left the milk from hometown with the smell of grass. Maybe I can dream of the good old days tonight. Is it sunshine?
Everything here is so familiar.
Welcome to 100 Days of Harvest Town. As you can see, I just went back into the old days, away from all of the modern life. Now I'm going to live here in Harvest Town, and this is my first 100 days. We're going to see how much I achieve in Harvest Town for 100 days. So watch the video till the end to find out. On day 1, after meeting Uncle John and Steve who helped me to start over in my manor, I went straight to farming, and then I added some decoration to my manor. I also upgraded my axe to copper so I can chop down tree more easy. On my first day, I already unlocked more area. Now I have more place for farming. I want to upgrade my house so it can be more comfortable. I mean, just look at my house now, it look like a hut. So after I gather all the material that I need for my house, I went to the carpenter to upgrade my house. After that, I went to bed. I think I actually achieve a lot considering it's just the first day I'm here. In the morning, I wake up and realize that my logistic hub and my house is done. As a farmer, I need to water my plants. After I finished watering all my plants, I went to meet Foxy and she asked me to find her necklace. So I went, and in just a second, I found her necklace. After giving it to Foxy back, she told me to get a haircut at Sherry's shop. Maybe my hair was kinda messy, that's why she asked me to get a new hairstyle. After trying all kind of hairstyle, I decided to choose this hairstyle for fun. No reason at all. With a new hairstyle, I thought I have to be careful. No. Sherry asked me to get rid of the monster near her house. I accepted her request, and then I started to get ready for battle, starting with my sword, and then getting my potion so that I won't die. Now that everything is ready, I went to kill all the fluffball in East Forest. After finishing everything, I went to meet Peter Allen. He also asked me to send some mahogany to Steve because he wanted to give it to Ford. But Adam wanted something else, and I heard they were talking about the Secret's fantastic creatures. So Peter asked me again to meet Faye, so I can get some information about it. But Faye only talked about a huge rats, and I doubted it was the same thing Peter and Adam talk about. Well, after I'm done with the huge rats, I visited Gary and told him about the rats. He didn't expect that Faye would look out for him, and he also told me to build a poultry house. I keep it in mind, and then I went into bed that day. Now I have my calendar, and I can check my luck for the day. So today my luck is battling, and the bad luck is mining. My well is now done, but today was raining so didn't have to water my plants. So I start cleaning the new area and start planting new seed like onion, potato, chilies, and bean. I also went to the carpenter to build my very first poultry house. And then I went to Gary to let him know, but Steve already told him. I mean, it's a small town so news spread quickly. I also helped Gary to send Faye eggs to Foxy's store, and since Faye wasn't there, I gave it to Foxy. For the rest of the day, I just cut down some tree to get wood. The next day, my poultry house is ready for business, so I went to Gary to buy some chicks. Last night there was an earthquake, and now the mining area is available. So I went to mining until I reached 5/8 meter, which is a copper layer, and I made a new goals for mining, which is I need to reach gemstone layer before 100 days, and right now I'm not even halfway there. And I still have a long journey before I actually reach that layer. After that, I went to Steve to ask him to build me a bait shop, and I need it to make chicken feed and bait for fishing. I also meet Bills to give him a dye that Foxy gave me earlier. In return, he gave me a hat, and I'm going to use it for now. I also went to kill the chubby little monster because David's having a hard time because of it, and I get some monster glue, so I gave them to Li Yun. Before my day's over, I went to see my chicken, and somehow Gary was there to teach me how to feed the chicken. Moving on to the next day. I didn't do much today. I start with harvesting my bean and chilies. After that, I went to mining all day. I only reached 219 meters because I was to focus on finding Cooper. On day 6, Uncle John and Peach went to my manor, and Uncle John invited me to a party. He's so afraid that I will forget, so he sent me another mail this morning to remind me. And then I asked Steve to build me a melt workshop. I also had a talk with Steve and Foxy today, and Foxy asked me to adopt a dog, and I said yes, but I don't have a kennel yet, so I'm going to build one. The last thing I did today was mining, and I saw this massive Cooper rock, not just one, 4 of them. And there were so many Cooper rocks here, which is good because I needed to upgrade my tools. Today is the party, and guess what? The old John was right. I almost forget the party because I was so busy on the farm in the morning. And then I also went to meet Steve to ask him to build me a kennel before I actually went to the beach. Luckily I got there in time, but because I was so afraid of being late, I forgot to bring any gift with me. I just give this pickup thing from beach. I think the person who's got my gift is so angry, especially if it's Lulu. The next day, my chickens finally laid some eggs, and I was so happy. I learned about fishing today, and this is my current record. After fishing, I went to Uncle John, and he asked me to deliver some fish to Mary. But before I went to Mary, I stopped by to mine, and today I reached 379 meters. Today I wake up and saw a letter from Lulu, and I'm shocked that she's giving me food. But of course she did it because of her father. And then I went to adopt the dog from Foxy, and I named my dog Spot, cause I like the human Spot in the Good Dinosaur movie. So today, I focus on cutting down tree, and I cut every tree that I see that day, and of course Lulu will be angry again. Finally, I met my 10 days on Harvest Town, and for the first time I donated something to the school museum. And again, I went to mining. On day 11, I added some new decorations to my manor, and I put a big stone with the words Heartbreaker carved in it. And today, I decided to set a new goals. And the goals is, I have to make my manor the most beautiful manor in the entire world. But the plot twist is, I am not that good at decorating. So we see how this is gonna be in the future. After adding some new decorations, finally a new area is unlocked. So without wasting time, I start cleaning the area because I need a place to build my sauce workshop. And while I was walking out today searching for pickup fruits, I saw this world map, not sure what I have to do with it, but I'm going to bring it to home with me. Today is a new day, and I start my day with farming. I continue where I finished yesterday, and I'm growing a lot of potato and strawberry, because I think I'm gonna need a lot of them in the future for completing orders from Logistics Hub. After finishing everything in the farm, I goes to mining and I reach silver layer. But I realized that my pickaxe is not strong enough for the silver rock. So I'm going to meet David tomorrow and ask him to upgrade my pickaxe. Day 13, and I upgrade my pickaxe and watering can to silver quality. It's Saturday and people is gathering together to share food. So I join them and I eat until I was full. Before going home, I cut down some tree until my energy run out. The next day, it's my lucky day for mining. So I started with working at my farm. After I finish, I went to the ancient mine and I reached 1009 meters today. On day 15, As usual, I was working on the farm, and suddenly there was this stairs and I use it. But I went out quickly because the monster is so strong. I also went to meet Tom today to give him the patchman that I get from mining yesterday, and he asked me to gather some stone for the school. So I went to the ancient mine to get some rocks, but I encountered some ghosts, so I went out immediately. Because of the monster, I went to cut down some tree. On day 16, I only work on my farm and logging. And then the next day, I went to mining, but there was too many ghosts and monster, and all of them attacked me at the same time. I almost died, but luckily, I survived that day. And then I goes to Tom to give him the material for the school. And then he told me to help Uncle John clean all the dreadful bugs at the beach. I'm not going today because my life is at 2. So I went to bed and I'm going to deal with it tomorrow. The next day was raining, so I don't have to water my plants. So I went to the ancient mine today. I bring some life potion with me. I also encountered ghosts today, but it was okay because it didn't attack me at once. So I have time to kill it. And then I also went to beach to kill the bugs. After I finished killing all the bugs, I went home and sleep. On day 19, I told Uncle John that I already killed all the bugs, and he was thankful and told me to help Steve gather some woods. After I give Steve 300 woods, he told me that the bugs near the beach is showing up again. So I went to the beach and I killed the bugs, but I don't think these kids have problem with the bugs. They just minding their own business. At night, I went to the bar to meet Andy, and he asked me to help him make some juice for the kids. I agreed to help him, but now I need to build a juice workshop. But that's tomorrow's problem, so I buy everyone a drinks that day, and then I went to home. On day 20, I don't have anything to do. I can't even ask Steve to build me a juice workshop because they closed on Saturday. So I went to the sauna to relax for a while. Moving on to the next day, I feel refreshed today, and while I was walking searching for fruits pickup, I discover a forest that is full of trees. But today is my unlucky day for logging. But now I know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Yup, today I went to logging all day. And when I say all day, it's mean from morning to the night. Now it's day 23, and it's a great day to go mining. So I went to the ancient mine and start mining until I reached 1210 meter. And then on the next day, sadly it was bad day for breeding. So to make me feel better, I asked Spot to follow me everywhere, and he followed me on the farm, planting my first peach and tangerine tree. And then I take a walk around town, when suddenly I saw this 3 hole, and I know that there will be something in this hole. And it was right. The 3rd hole gave me a way to reach underground. I walked slowly to get the treasure, but I must that it was worth it. I got 3 nail and some coins. On day 25, I went to the mine. Today, I went back to Rock Lair because I need rock to make a building. And because of that, I lost my last scroll, so I guess no mining in the next few days. So on day 26, I harvest everything on the farm. Luckily, all of my plants is fully grown except the strawberry. I don't think there's enough time for it to grow before summer comes. After that, I walk around town to get some pickup fruits, talk to the neighborhood, and when I come back to my manor, there was 2 people looking for a job. But right now I don't need one, so maybe next time. And Steve come to tell me that he already fixed my bridge. I was very happy, and I immediately went to see. So I decided to start cleaning the new area. The next day, I continued to clean the new area, and since today was Saturday, I went to join the youngster near the lake and I talked to everyone. After that, I went home and I rearranged my farm to be more organized. And as I was doing it, I realized that I actually can start making a building without going to the carpenter to meet Steve. And all this time, I waste my time walking and going to Steve just to ask him to build me something. The next morning, I goes to ancient mine. Finally, I can mine some rocks now that I got some scroll from cleaning the new area. After mining, I wanted to ask Gary something about Patchman, but I felt like I was being used because he asked me to help him make some fins, and he will ask his friends, and I help him, but he can't reach his friends, and I felt like my time and Woods was wasted. The monster is not even around anymore, so he told me to meet Foxy, and I did, and Foxy tells me to prepare some material and give it to Li Yung so Gary friends can meet me because he's having a hard time on the river. So after that, I went to Occult cave. Someone was trapped inside, and I asked Steve to help. After everything is done, I buy a sword, went deeper inside the cave, but my sword only lasts for 5 minutes, so I get out of there because my sword is not strong enough. It is the first day of summer, and I'm on day 29 in Harvest Town. So since it's a new season, I started with working on the farm. I clear everything, and then I rearrange my scarecrow and water sprinkler. After that, I start tilling the land for a new crop. The next day, it was raining, so I went to meet Li Yung in the morning. He was still sleeping, but I insist on giving him the material that he need, and he told me to wait for 2 days. And then I spend the rest of the day with logging. It's day 31. I meet Abu, and he told me to invest in guild. I'm not sure if I need a guild right now, so I will consider doing it later. The next day, Abu told me the guild is done. For now, I am not interested in joining the guild. But if you play Harvest Town and you still don't have a guild, let's make a guild together, and maybe we can make a new video for it. On day 33, I finally got to meet Gary friends. His name is Barl and he lives on water. No wonder Gary gave him this parchment. Li Yung also went to my house to ask for help, and he told me go to his house for more information. So I did, and he really needs a help, and it is very hard. Well, for me it's very difficult, but I'm going to add this to my goal and see if I can actually make it. It's the dance party today, and you know what? I realized that I didn't finish the party last time. I didn't even get the chance to dance or get my gift. But lesson learned, and that's the good thing. Day 36, and I spend my time mostly on the farm. I wanted to make money, so I tried to plant some for a seed because it was the easiest things to grow. And I also did some work on my greenhouse. The next day, I start to gather all the hay and fiber. After that, I sell all of them, and I got $6,054. Not bad, but it's not enough. On day 38, I kill all the bugs in the beach so that Uncle John can be more happy. But all I get was nagging from him. And the next day, I cut more tree for building. Day 40, and I finally get my second donation to the school and also the third one. On day 41, I only work on the ancient mine. And then the next day, I unlock this mini game called Animal Rescue. Day 43, and I meet Foxy Friend in Magic Forest, and I buy a furry goat from him. On day 44, I spent my time mostly on cutting down trees. And then the next day, I go to Ancient Mine. Because of this fossil bird, I have to get out of there. So the next day, I went to the Ancient Mine back. On day 47, I goes to logging again because I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I just start cutting down tree. And then the next day, I did some work on my farm. I have to plant new seed. It is summer 21st today, and everyone went to see fireworks. Now that I reached day 50, let's rewind the goal that I made before. The first goal is I have to reach gemstone layer. The second one is I have to decorate my manor and make it the most beautiful manor. And last but not least, I have to help Li Yung. I haven't finished any of my goals yet, but let's see how it's going to be for the next 50 days. The next day, I also did some work on the Ancient's Mine. And then on day 52, I unlock a new area in my manor, so I immediately clean it. The next day, Elio come to me and asking for help, so I went to help them. And look at this hilarious Samad. He always make a funny reaction. And the next day, I just did some logging, and I also upgraded my house to level 4. On day 55, I tried fishing in my manor, it's been a long time since I go fishing and I get 3 treasure box. So I went to David to open the treasure and I get 5 screwdriver into mass shard. Day 56. Today is the last day of summer and I donated a new antique at school museum. And I also mines today until I reach 1566 meter. The next day was the first day of autumn. And as usual, since it's a new season, I started with working on my farm. And as I was doing it, there was a stairs, so I went inside and I get some material for the building. And then on day 58, I plant forage seed on my farm. And then the next day, I start foraging and harvesting my other plants. After that, I put them on the sale. Day 60, and today I just harvest my first sunflower. And I also plant some more forage seed. I also did some logging and fishing. Day 61, and I already cut all the weeds from yesterday. And I also start planting new seed on my farm. And again, I also cut down more trees. Day 62, and I went to Occult cave. And I only reached level 9 before I went home. And then the next day, I sell all my cabbage that I get from my farm. And I also cook for the first time in my house. And of course, the last thing I did today is logging. Day 64, and I collect all the profit from selling yesterday. And then I did some work on the farm and logging. Day 65, and today I just harvest all my cabbage and then I sell them with other things from my farm. It's day 66 and I clear everything on my left side farm. I also upgraded my shovel and I get my first automatic feeder. The next day I get some medicine, but it was bad day for pickup, so I also get rubbish. And then I cut down trees in the forest. On day 68 I harvest my crops both in the farm and also in my greenhouse. And I goes to the Occult cave and I start from floor level 1. It's day 69 and I do not have anything to show because I forgot to start my screen recording after I turn it off. I'm sorry guys. But anyways, it's day 70 and all I did was cutting down tree. And you know what? I realized that I always cut down trees. The next day, I just sell my crops and I speed up the sale because I want to upgrade my mill. On day 72, after several days talking and giving gifts to Abu, I finally reached a heart with him. But how dare he call me a stranger after I helped him building the guild? After that, I went to the forest just like any other days. And when I'm going home that night, I saw Foxy telling old John that I was from the future. Now I'm convinced that she's a real fox. Day 73. After convincing Faye to tell me about the creature in the sea, I finally got to meet Fisher, and he was a mermaid. The next day, I went to Occult cave. I reached floor level 19, and I had a hard time trying to kill this monster. I used his bomb, but it did not work, and I was about to give up. But then I saw this attack potion, and I used it. And finally, I killed the monster. And then I meet Barl to give him the turtle shell that I got from Fisher. Now the relationship between Abu and him is much better, and I get a parchment from Abu. The next day, after I'm done on my farm and sell everything I need to sell, I went to Occult cave to find a parchment, but then I saw this guy and he told me he can help me, but of course it's not free. Day 76 and I'm mining today. And I realized that I might not reach Gemstone area before finishing my first 100 days on Harvest Town. I'm feeling down, but it's okay. And since it's Saturday, I went to meet the others to eat with them. The next day I collect my money and I build a new barn. And then I have no idea what I have to do with the pigs. So I tried to write it, and now Marty the pig hates me. And then I just cut down trees for the rest of the days. And on the next day, I also cut down more tree until I finish cutting all of them. And on the next day, I harvest all the cabbage. And then I sell all of them. And I need a book from Jim. But he was wasted. So he asked me to buy him a sober up drink. And it was 10,000 coins. It was too much actually. And I don't even have enough money to buy it. And then the next day, I was amazed that Fisher can walk in the land. How did he manage to go the forest? He didn't even change into human shape. I mean, he has no legs to walk. It's still a mystery to me till this day. But enough with the mermaid. I actually defeated Dark Hornstone today. It was hard, but I killed it. I collect my money from the sale, and I went to meet Andy to buy a sober-up drink for Jim. And I'm thankful to him because he didn't charge me a single penny for it. And then I give the drink to Jim, and guess what? He asked me to prepare material for his kid's swing because he broke it. This man is kinda annoying. Every time I meet him, he always drunk. What exactly happened to him? So the next day I went to meet him again to ask for the books. He finally gave it to me, and then I give the book to Tom. And then after that, I went to the cave and reached floor level 41. I was dying, so I get out of there, and then I just cut the trees outside the cave. Moving on to the next day, Adam Ford meet me to ask for help with the town exploration. And he gave me magnifying glass for the quest. And then the last day of autumn, I just did some fishing today. It's finally the time for winter in Harvest Town, and the first thing I heard today is about Godwater from Tom. And then I pick up some fruits near the bus station. And then I went back to my manor to start working on the farm. And then the next day, I cut all the trees from the forest and I finished everything on midnight. And then on day 87, I went back to floor level 1 in the cave because I needs monster shell. I forget the name, but it was the brown one. Day 88, and all I did was working on the farm. And then the next day, I donated for things to the school museum, and I also cut trees down today. Day 90 and Peach went to my manor today to tell me about her parents and how she was worried about her grandpa. She asked for help, but I don't know how am I supposed to help her. So today, as usual on Saturday, I eat with all the others youngster in Harvest Town, and then I cut down some trees and did some work that I didn't get to do in the morning. And without realizing it, the times reached 3 a.m. so I passed out in my farm. But I think the developer should do something with the dates because it's still showing winter 6 when it's supposed to be winter 7. The next day, Lee went to my house to tell me what happened yesterday, and I'm curious now. It was 3 in the morning, and he was there to help me. He's a true doctor. And also today is the dance party, and I danced with Bills today. And then on day 92, I did some work on the farm. And I also speed my melt workshop because I wanted to upgrade my pickaxe so bad. And for the next 3 days, I just mine in the ancient mine. But on day 95, my scroll was wasted because I just realized that I didn't bring my pickaxe. Maybe I accidentally click on it when I keep my other thing in the box, so I just relax on my farm. The next day, I harvest my crops and plant new seed on it, and I use scale powder to make it faster. And then on day 97, I added a new pathway in my manor. I know, my manor is not beautiful yet. It's a little bit complicated to upgrade things in Harvest Town, but maybe I can make it on day 200. So subscribe now so you will not miss out the 200 days challenge. And then the next day I just harvest my crops. And on day 99, I killed the dark mucus, and I realized the hand symbol is for me to touch to make the monster feel dizzy. Silly me for not knowing it until now. It would have been much easier for me to kill the other monster if I know this earlier. And finally, I'm at my 100 days on Harvest Town. All I did was the basic things as a farmer. Harvesting my crops and taking care of my animals. So before I end this video, I want to show you guys how much I achieved for 100 days. The first things is, I got 625 on my achievements, and I also achieved something on my manual. This is the current level for my skill. The highest level is farm skill, and my lowest skill is cooking. I also did collect all my rewards from other things like this harvest cup. I started playing the game on June, and this task will renew every month, and it was July when I finished the challenge, and I reached level 41. And for the fairy tale skins, I almost get every skin. I just need one more. And last but not least, I finished this challenge in 19 days in real life. Actually, I never think that I can finish this challenge and post this video. I tried to do 100 challenge before on other games and I didn't finish it. And I was thinking that I should not post this video because I didn't get even one of my personal goals done. But you know what? It's okay. At least I already went through it until I finished the 100 days challenge. So if you think you're having a hard time now, don't stop trying and don't lose hope. It's not too late to try again. Thank you for watching my video. See you on 200 days challenge.